Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing K-1 fiancé visas, and I've had a lot of questions here recently. We haven't been doing a lot of adjustment of status, although we did file some cases before the rule change under Trump, and now things are kind of shifting backward, although I think maybe the damage is done institutionally. People have been asking me, how long are these taking? Well, it's not like it used to be. Frankly, going back 3 or 4 years ago, adjustments of status coming off of a K-1 was a pretty smooth thing. I mean, they're not a foregone conclusion. It's its own adjudication. But, in a lot of cases, we didn't even see a lot of interviews in those cases. Now that's definitely not the case. A lot more interviews associated with those. But it is taking a lot longer. I mean, just the processing time has gone up a lot compared to times past. I would usually see people, and most of the time, not all the time, but there were some cases where folks would just go off and do it on their own. I think you need to be careful with that now. I'm not necessarily saying it necessarily has to be, using us or whatever, but, probably a good idea to have an attorney, in my opinion, to assist with whomever it may be, to assist with the adjustment of status process because, yeah, it's just not what it was. K-1s, again, very smooth. It was sort of a back end. It's almost like an addendum. It was almost like an appendix to the overall process. And now, no, it always was an adjudication in its own right, but it didn't seem to be quite as clunky or that the pertinent immigration officers were sort of going out of their way to make it a more stringent scrutiny. But now that just appears to be the case. I'm not saying that's a good thing. In fact, I don't really understand why it's necessary, particularly after you've gone through an entire process of getting through the K-1 process where many of these matters have already been adjudicated once. But that being said, I think it's probably something of a throwback paradigm from the Trump administration, which was not overly friendly, and that's an understatement, to the immigrant community. So hopefully we'll see this change as Biden's administration proceeds on, and we'll start seeing K-1s adjusted to green card status in a more timely manner.